forgiveness is holy. They preach turn the other cheek. But fellas, at some point, you run out of cheeks to turn. Because endless forgiveness without accountability is not holy, but harmful. And in many religious and cultural homes, forgiveness has been twisted into silence. We are told, just let it go. Oh, that's still your family. Huh? Oh, good Christians don't hold grudges. They forgive. Don't you remember what the Bible said? Just forgive so that God can forgive you of your own shortcomings. Or if you don't forgive, your prayers will go unanswered. Come on now. Just free yourself from the sin of unforgiveness by forgiving everyone who has offended you, who has caused you chronic hurt, even though these folks in question have not even asked you for your forgiveness. They've not even felt remorseful for hurting you. But meanwhile, you are pressured and you've been expected to just forgive them while they are still being comfortable in their wickedness. But let's tell the truth, folks. Some of us have been asked to forgive people who are still actively hurting us. We are asked to reconcile with behavior that has not changed. And that is not faith. It is not. That is emotional suicide. Because you can forgive someone and still block them. Oh yes. You can release the bitterness and still deny access to your peace. Of course. So let's be wise, fellows. Let's be wise about how we go forgiving. Welcome back to Overcomers Connects. If today is your first time of joining me, my name is A.B. Ambek. And today we are talking about the myth of endless forgiveness and how it's keeping some of us in circles of abuse, manipulation, and spiritual exhaustion. Fellas, we've been told since childhood to forgive, and keep forgiving because it's the holy thing to do. It's the right thing to do. But here's the problem. What happens when forgiveness becomes a trap? What happens when the same person keeps hurting you and you are told it's your job to turn the other cheek? Huh? What happens? In faith spaces, forgiveness is often preached as unlimited and unconditional. But somewhere along the way, people started using it as a weapon to silence you or to silence people, to make you stay quiet, to make you tolerate mistreatment. Yes, forgiveness is powerful, but forgiveness was never meant to be permission for continued harm. Okay? When you keep forgiving without accountability, you are not healing. You are bleeding in silence. You are teaching the other person that your love comes without limits. even if it kills you inside. That's what you're teaching the other person in question. And for many, this constant circle of hurt and pardon leads to spiritual burnout. It may lead to depression and even physical health problems. Fellows, remember, you cannot pour from a cup that is, empty. Or you cannot pour from a cup that someone keeps shattering. Okay? One of the biggest misconceptions is that forgiveness means reconciliation. No, people, it is not. Forgiveness is something you do to release bitterness from your heart. While reconciliation is a joint effort that requires change, safety, and accountability. You can forgive someone fully, okay, and still never give them the same access to you again, of course. And that doesn't make you bitter. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you wise. A wiser person. Some of you were raised to think setting boundaries is disrespectful or is disrespect. No. You were told, but this person, their family, or that's your pastor, you must obey, you must listen, okay? So you then started confusing forgiveness or taking forgiveness with passivity. It is not like that, people. Passivity is a different thing entirely. And here's the truth. The Bible says, guard your heart. Guarding requires gates, people. Guarding requires gates. And gates have locks. And locks mean not everyone gets free access to you just because you forgive them. No. Fellows, forgiveness is not ignoring red flag or swallowing disrespect or tolerating abuse or accepting repeated harm. It is not. If someone slaps you once and you turn the other cheek, that's grace. If they slap you again, it becomes data. And data requires decision and action. Oh yes. Many of us, again, were raised on verses that demanded forgiveness, but never taught the scriptures about wisdom, boundaries, and circumstances. No. Even God removes his presence when people refuse to change. Even Jesus walked away from certain towns when they refused to accept him. Even the prodigal son came back after he changed and repented. So forgiveness is not a pass for abuse, people. It is not a whole pass for abuse. It is not. If forgiveness costs your sanity, if reconciliation costs your dignity, if peace costs your identity, that's not forgiveness. It is self-destruction. Remember, forgiveness is not free. Or rather, let's say forgiveness is free, but access is earned. Oh yes. Forgiveness is free, but access is earned. So before I go today, fellows, if you've been stuck in a loop of endless forgiveness, I want you to journal about the last time you forgave someone who never changed. Ask yourself today, if you were willing to pay that price again. This is Overcomers Connect with AB and Beck. Heal your hearts, people, but guard your peace. Forgiveness heals you, boundaries protect you, and distance saves you. Forgive, people, but don't let the same hands hurt you twice. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Stay strong and stay free.